Everybody, this is Tom Williams with the Lost Miner YouTube channel. Welcome to this episode. In this episode, you're going to see us do our layout all the way to finishing our concrete piers. Just wanted to let you know, and so you can keep in mind while you're watching this video, we've already finished all the way through getting a roof installed, and actually this weekend I am headed back out to our property to go ahead and start framing our walls and anything else I can do in the next week. So enjoy the episode. Everybody, this is Tom Williams with the Lost Miner, and the time has come. We got into our property yesterday evening and just made some breakfast, and we're about to get started with our build. So first thing we're going to do is work on our layout, and this afternoon I'm going to go by Alpine and stop by and place our order for all of our lumber, plywood, the majority of our supplies, and then kind of go for there. But if we get our layout done today, we'll go ahead and start digging all of our poles for our concrete piers. Getting to this point, it's been a long time in the waiting. We finished this dome that we're at. We finished, I believe, October last year. Started renting it out in November. So we had a really good season, but also we've been anticipating this moment right now to go ahead and get started with our next build. Hey guys, welcome to track 26. So where our dome is track 27. It's about 20 acres. Track 26 is about 20 acres as well. And over this way is where we're going to start building the A-frame. You think this angle? North side and then south side over here. There's bushwhack on it. I am really curious how high the column's gonna be. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and, I think we found the spot. We're gonna go ahead and start getting, doing the layout. We don't wanna be too close to our property line on the west side. We don't have the coordinates right now to see exactly where the property line is. What we have is a stake on the southwest side, and it's pretty safe where it's very safe where we're standing at now to still be on our property. And we did a little exploring out on the north side of our property, but we couldn't find the survey marker. Anyway, so we're not gonna burn any more time. We're gonna go ahead and get started. I need you to come over here. I'm gonna hold it like that. Actually, pull it a little bit tighter. Okay, all right, I'm holding mine solid. You good? Okay. Okay. 6. All right, I'm at 34 feet right here. And that's where I'm gonna put in my stake.
happy with it. All right, and width, I know it's gonna be 20 feet, a 20-foot wide structure. I want my pier to be from that stake to 18 feet out. That way I've got some overhang on each side of my A-frame. You have to bust that too. All right, what do you think? This is basically, it looks like it, right? All right. Now we're gonna run the length over here. Let's do the same thing over there. Okay. All right, before we check our diagonals, in order to get our point to where our southwest to southeast and our northwest to northeast lines, make sure they're perfectly parallel, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with the measuring tape over on where our first reference corner is. So calling it right here. You just need to drop it in as much as until it's firm. Pretty firm. All right, let's try this again. "38 feet. And then we got to burn 2 inches. So we're gonna say 7 3/5, right? Dead on.
Tower train we're going on.
Mm-hmm. We have to pick up some more ice. I'm gonna empty out one of those coolers, I think. Then we got everything pretty perfect.
All right, guys, as you can see, our layout is done. We have our posts driven. We double checked everything. Everything's square, ready to dig holes tomorrow. So we're gonna go ahead and call it a night. See you tomorrow. Just to show you the tools we're using real quick. So we've got a demolition hammer right here. For our first 2 builds, this is exactly what we use to dig all of our post holes. Out here in the desert, it really comes in handy where you've got a lot of rock in the soil. Got our generator, got our sonotubes over there. So we're gonna go ahead and get started digging. A lot quicker than our first 2 builds. Our first build, it was solid limestone, so it took a really long time to get through everything. And our second build, our soil is similar to what it is right here, but looking at how easy this is going, I think it's rocky. It's not as rocky right in this area. Let me mark it with this. Watch out. Oh, it's gonna get way quicker. All right, go ahead and hit it. Jeez. We're at 28. 27. Let's move on. All right, guys, the frost line over here is just 6 inches. And for these concrete piers, we're just trying to get 2 feet holes. So, all right, this one went pretty good. Get ready for the next one. Let's get started on the next one. You good with that? All right, it's lunch break. We got 3 holes done. Those went pretty good, but we have a feeling as we get over to this end, it's gonna be a lot harder. Take a look at that big old rocks. We'll see once we get into it though. Ready for lunch?
Yep.
All right. Just hitching a ride on the tailgate back up to the dome for lunch. Shit. All right, there we go. All right, guys, it's after lunch and about to get started. We're gonna try to get 3 or 4 more holes, and then maybe a couple this evening as well. Our goal is to get 9, and then the rest of them tomorrow, and we'll be done with it. So we're gonna go ahead and start over there, and then work our way through the middle. Okay, guys, we're gonna close out for today. It's about 8:30 at night. We quit working probably around 3:30. Just got too hot. This week's gonna be really hot. It was about 100, got up to about 104 today. So we just have to go really slow and be really careful whenever it's that hot. But we got a lot done. First 3 holes went really easy. It was just kind of small pebbles and dirt. Went through really quick, and I was thinking that this was going to be a breeze to do. We have 15 holes that we have to dig in all. But the next 3 were solid clay, and it was really difficult to get through. We used the Demolition hammers you've seen, and the Demolition hammer would just kind of sink in there and not really do much, sink in there and come out. We got the technique down, and where we could sink it in there and then just kind of pry the chunks of clay apart and pull it out. But it took a really long time. But anyway, we still think I think that's pretty good progress for the day, especially given the temperatures. Hopefully the rest of the holes that we have to dig, we don't have to go through a whole lot of clay. Just looking around where we did the layout, some of the areas, there is one corner that has some really big rocks. I mean, really big. So we'll see how that goes. I'm hoping the majority of it goes like the first 3 holes that we dug. Yesterday, before we got started, we walked the property line and I found a couple interesting things. I found some petrified wood, and I looked up petrified wood to learn a little bit about it, and it takes about 10 million years for something like this to form. So we're in the desert right now. This is the Chihuahua Desert. There are no trees unless you go into the Chizos Mountains, and it's basically its own microclimate, and then just, nothing but desert around there. But anyway, 10 million, at least, I guess, 10 million year old piece of wood. So at one point, this area was wetlands, and before that, it was the sea, actually. There's a lot of, our first property, we would find a lot of fossils for like snails and clams and things like that. But there's some really cool, there's some people, I've met some people that have found some really cool sea life fossils, like those really big sea dinosaurs. If you go to Big Bend National Park, they've got a dinosaur exhibit as well. You can see some of that stuff. Okay, and I found some bark as well. So it looks like maybe it was an oak tree, but yeah, it's petrified. So anyway, that's really cool. If you guys have any ideas of what I could do with this petrified wood, comment below. I talked to my wife today, and she said if we took some cross sections, we could do something with it. Maybe some, what do you call it? What do you call them?
Coasters.
Yeah, some coasters, or getting them cut and frame them or something like that. So if you have any ideas of what we could do with petrified wood to do something decorative, let me know. All right, talk to you tomorrow.
This bottle's like perfectly designed so we're just straight. I didn't like the design, but you have to really have to tilt it.
Two more holes to go after this one, and we got the demolition hammer bit stuck. Digging through clay might be just as bad as digging through limestone, although the holes that we dug through limestone on our first property, this happened, I would say, probably at least 10 times. Anyway, it comes with another bit, so we're gonna dig around it and get it out. All right, 15 holes dug. I'm gonna do a walkthrough real quick. bill. We just, McCoy's just stopped by and they dropped off all of our lumber that we ordered. And also a half a pallet of cement. We're gonna need a lot more of that. I think we're gonna need another full pallet. I think about 70 bags in all is what we're gonna need. But with all the weight that they were carrying, that was all that they could deliver. So we're gonna go ahead and tonight, well, as we get into the evening, we're gonna go ahead and level up all of the Sonotubes. I've got a laser level, and then we'll cut those to height, and we'll start pouring concrete in the morning. Hey guys, just before we get started, I'm going to explain what we're doing. We had all of this framing lumber laid out. We had to bring it up anyway, and we thought we would try and use it to support our forms, and ended up not working. So there's a couple reasons for that. One, we didn't have the bottom of our holes really flat, and because the boards aren't perfectly straight, as soon as you move one, it starts nudging the other, so it ended up not working at all. So we're gonna try another technique today, and basically what we dug out, we're gonna level the form and then start putting the material back in there, and use that to support all the sides to get it level, and then we're gonna pour it. Also, before we pour it, we're gonna go ahead and cut this one down. This is our highest corner, and we shot a laser level last night, and the laser, even whenever we cut down here, we're still gonna have to raise those tubes on the lowest side over there. So what this excess that we cut off, we're gonna put it on those ones down there. And yes, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and get started. This would be one of those better methods you're talking about, right? I have to go get those buckets so we can pour the concrete. Get that tape measure and measure the depth. We can see how many bags we're gonna need. I'm guessing just one.
Is it not 21 inches?
Huh?
Is it not 21 inches?
Yes, oh, it's 21 inches, that's right. This is better than nailing up forms, right? Thank you, Pacific Bend.
Unless you get it wrong.
Yeah, unless we get it wrong. We're not the experts. I think we're gonna mix up another bag. More season on that. Hey everybody, I'm going to go ahead and close out the episode. We've got all of our piers installed, so now we're ready to start framing. In total, it was 75 bags of concrete, 80 pounds each. So we got 6,000 pounds of concrete in the ground. So we're real excited to be out of the ground and then start our framing process. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like and subscribe. Turn on the bell notifications and look forward to seeing you in the next one. Take care.